Picture this, a quarterback with a rocket arm breaking records like it's a walk in the park. That's Patrick Mahomes, and today we're unraveling the mind-blowing journey of this record-breaking superstar. But hold on, this isn't your typical sports recap. We're diving into the grit, strategy, and pure magic that sets Mahomes apart. So, why stick around? Because we're not just talking touchdowns, we're revealing the secrets behind his incredible success. Even though Patrick Mahomes has won 2 Super Bowl titles, he's still very young in his career. The Chiefs quarterback, who's starting his 7th NFL season, has a chance to break 2 outstanding records if he continues to play at his current level. Mahomes will have the most wins of any quarterback in the first 7 NFL seasons if he records another 12-win season at quarterback. Also, he will hold the record for the most TD passes in a player's first 7 seasons if he completes 29 passes for touchdowns. Thanks to his time with the Legion of Boom, Russell Wilson currently holds the record for most wins with 75, while Mahomes has 64 career victories. Dan Marino, meanwhile, holds the record for most touchdowns scored with an incredible 220. Mahomes has 192 touchdown passes going into the 2023 season. The Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes have come to an unmatched revised contract deal. Mahomes' massive 10-year contract was revised by the Chiefs and him, according to several media sites in September. According to Ian Rappaport of NFL Network, the new deal will pay him $210.6 million over the 2023 and 2026 seasons, which is the biggest in NFL history over 4 years. That $210.6 million is insured in full, and if incentives are fulfilled, the deal may end up being worth as much as $218.1 million. In 2020, Mahomes signed with the Chiefs for 10 years for $450 million, with a chance to extend his stay until the 2031 season. Since the contract was inked, the 28-year-old has now received more than $273 million in promised money, which also sets an NFL record. Deshaun Watson, the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, agreed to a $230 million contract in 2022. That was then a league record. After the current season, which is the 8th with the Chiefs, Mahomes had 8 seasons remaining on his contract. However, that has now been effectively reduced to 3. After the 2026 season, Mahomes and the Chiefs plan to review the terms of the deal. The Chiefs, who had a 1-1 record entering the season, just defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars 17-9 on Sunday. In the win, Mahomes completed 29 of 41 passes for 305 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. In the team's season-opening defeat to the Detroit Lions, he threw 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Since the Chiefs drafted the 2-time league MVP out of Texas Tech with the number 10 top draft pick in 2017, he has completed a 65-17 record while throwing for 24,772 yards and 196 touchdowns. This past offseason, there were several resets in the quarterback market. Quarterback Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles and star Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens signed to then record 5-year contracts. In July, Justin Herbert of the Los Angeles Chargers shattered the record with a 5-year, $262.5 million contract. Then earlier this month, Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow signed a 5-year, $275 million contract, setting a new record. Of those quarterback contracts, Mahomes is the only one that spans 4 seasons. Over the next 4 years, he will now earn an average of $52.65 million per season, which is less than Burrow's $55 million. Except for 2019, Mahomes has won at least 12 games every year since taking over as Kansas City's starting quarterback in 2018. Despite missing 2 games, Mahomes started 11 of the Chiefs' 12 wins, and they still finished 12-4. Since 2018, that is also the only season in which he has completed fewer than 29 touchdown passes with a ball. Quarterback history still being made by Patrick Mahomes. After the Chiefs quarterback facing the Chargers completed a half with 321 yards of passing, the NFL research department began poring over the record and factbook, ready for someone to eventually shatter Norm Van Brocklin's NFL record of 554 passing yards set in 1951. Unfortunately, Mahomes finished with only 424 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. Mahomes joined 7 other players in his playing days, with Drew Brees, Dan Marino, Matthew Stafford, Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, Philip Rivers, and Tom Brady, with his 10th game with at least 400 throwing yards. With his 10th such performance in his 87th career game, Mahomes broke Dan Marino's record of 10 games with 400 yards in his 90th career game, making it the fastest record by any player. Mahomes matched Brees for the third most TD passes in a player's career since 1950, with his fifth career game with 400 yards or more and at least 4 touchdown passes. Manning with 8 and Marino with 7 are the only ones with more than 404 games. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs has set yet another NFL record last September. When the Chicago Bears visited Geha Field at Arrowhead Stadium in September, Mahomes was 228 passing yards short of reaching 25,000 for his career. With a 37-yard ball to wide receiver Marquez Valdez-Scantling in the third quarter, Mahomes set a record. Mahomes' day came to an end when he passed tight end Travis Kelce for a touchdown to cap up the drive. With a rating of 127.3, Mahomes completed 24 of 33 attempts for 272 yards and 3 touchdown passes. Mahomes now has 25,044 throwing yards in his career as a result. In his 83rd game of the season, he reached 25,000 passing yards, the fastest time ever for a quarterback to accomplish that feat. However, Mahomes surpassed a record held by Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford with 90 games, according to Chief Communications. Who held the record doesn't matter because Mahomes now owns it. Mahomes broke many records in 2022 during his first 74 starts, but his record of 59-15 might be the most remarkable. In any case, Mahomes has proven himself as the standard for quarterback performance in the NFL in 2022 and is already being compared to the greatest players in history. Mahomes is on track to shatter quarterback single-season records as he begins his second MVP campaign. In the 2022 NFL season, Patrick Mahomes led the league in passing yards with an impressive 3,585 and topped the charts in passing touchdowns with 29. These stellar numbers projected him on pace for a historic 5,540 passing yards, a potential record-breaking achievement. What's even more remarkable is Mahomes' trajectory towards 45 touchdowns, marking his second season with 45 or more passing touchdowns. This feat would tie him with legends Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning for the most in NFL history. Aiming for versatility, Mahomes set another milestone in his sights. He was on track to become only the second player ever to achieve 5,000 passing yards and 300 rushing yards in a single season. Justin Herbert achieved this in 2021. With 274 rushing yards already under his belt, Mahomes was pacing for an impressive 423 rushing yards. When you combine his passing and rushing projections, Mahomes was en route to an astonishing 5,963 pass plus rush yards for the year, a record-breaking performance that would cement his name in NFL history. Mahomes passed for 305 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Chiefs' 17-9 victory over the Jaguars. The NFL said that was his 42nd game in his career with at least 300 passing yards, the most of any quarterback in his first 9 seasons. In his 6th season in the NFL, Mahomes broke a tie with Atlanta Falcons quarterback Matt Ryan and Pro Football Hall of Famer Dan Marino, both with 41 games. Mahomes had the best start for a quarterback in NFL history. What he achieved in his first 74 games was unmatched. As he continued to shine, it seemed like he was adding more greatness to his already impressive resume. The next few months held the promise of even more outstanding performances from this extraordinary quarterback. The Chiefs star needed 2 fewer games than previous record holder Kurt Warner to surpass 10,000 career throwing yards. In just 30 games, he passed for 9,238 yards and 75 touchdowns, making him the quarterback to reach the combined mark of 9,000 plus yards and 75 touchdowns fastest. He's also the quarterback with the fewest throwing yards with 400 in history. It took Patrick Mahomes just 13 games to accomplish the milestone. To cap it all, he has surpassed Kurt Warner in just 47 games to record the most passing yards in his first 50 NFL starts. We could ramble on forever, but you get the picture. Now that he has set the bar so high, Patrick Mahomes has only himself to compete with. It's safe to say that he will shatter many more records during his expected outstanding and exciting NFL career. To think we nearly witnessed him make his baseball debut. So there you have it. Patrick Mahomes, a record breaker with a story that goes beyond the field. What's your take on Mahomes' journey? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And here's a question for you. Which Mahomes moment blew your mind the most? Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, this is the story of Patrick Mahomes, A legend in the making.